Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and beautiful people across the whole world, which is literally every single human being tuned in today. And if you're a dog that has achieved sentience and can navigate a mouse and keyboard without posable thumbs, you badass persistent puppy, you welcome to Wednesday, my dude. Purge is currently doing the Twitch Rivals tournament all day and will be unable to show up and hang out until later. So we might be able to eke in, squeeze in, edge out a little bit of Dota action this evening. But I'm not going to play that game solo. You kidding me? What am I, insane? Listen, we're going to play Magic all day today, which is why you hear those sweet, sweet Magic tunes, and indeed why we're going to kick things off with my Magic the Gathering War of the Spark reveal. Woo! Yeah! Now, first of all, you'll note that there is an ad here because, the Federal Communications Commission requires that I disclose to all of you that Wizards of the Coast, believe it or not, were the ones that provided me with this card. It is critical that I disclose that. There was no monetary exchange, but by God, they gave me these cards. I was so close I almost went to wizard jail. Oh my God, I would hate to be stored into the depths of Demon Reach, huh? But of course, huge thanks to Wizards for providing me the opportunity to reveal these cards, because reveal season is always a super exciting season. In case you didn't know, for War of the Spark, Wizards is revealing the cards in story order. So first start off watching the War of the Spark trailer, and then begin to go through sequentially the cards that are released, and it's really, 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 really sweet. When you actually do that, you'll see, like, for instance, the Citadel that Bolas is sitting on top of. You'll see it in some of the cards, and as one of the cards, you'll see a lot of the characters in the backgrounds, and a lot of the locations there are consistent. It's really, really, really cool, and I think this is the first time they're doing that, I don't know, maybe I'm a dumbass, and this has been happening since the dawn of time. So I now, on this fine day... oh, yeah, just there for the rewards, points out that there is a Reddit thread up that is the spoilers organized by revealed dates. This is perfect. This is fantastic. Let's start by introducing the Chain Whip Cyclops. By the way, I'm showing you my tweet in case any of you are like, oh my God, how can I look at this at a later date? You just go to my Twitter and it's there. Chain Whip Cyclops. It's 5 mana, and then you can pay 4 mana to target creature can't block this turn. It's a 4/4. Hey! Now... Nasarius in chat is pointing out something that is, I think, the bulk of the reply tweets to this. Everyone loves the flavor text on the Chain Whip Cyclops. You say this 10th district, not Rubble Belt. But where Smash happened, that Rubble Belt. Rubble Belt, state of mind. Urgdar, Cyclops philosopher. Rubble Belt, state of mind. God, we played Gruul yesterday on air. We might have to play Gruul again. Smash, bash. And Haberdash, our way to victory. That's right, a little bit of style with a little bit of our Gruul. When I look at this card, a lot of the cards that I'm going to show today really feel like limited strength cards. And this is the type of card that I really love, that it can exist, have impact, and excite in a limited sense. When, if you look at this is 5 mana. I mean, this is not like Nicol Bolas, 5 mana, the new Nicol Bolas, Planeswalker. This is just kind of basic little, 4/4 for 5. But if you've ever played Draft, there is difficulty in Draft having as intense synergies as you would have in something like any constructed format, really. And so occasionally you'll have mana floating, and what do you do with the mana, that sort of thing. I love that this 4 mana can actually be super significant if you're getting a little bit late in the game, where if you have 8, you can make 2 creatures unable to block, which is often ultra essential to breaking some of the stalemates that can occur in Draft. And also 4/4 is a pretty nice wall. So Zat is also dope. But guess what? Your pal Day 9 is not done. Your pal Day 9 loves to say the word crunch! And here you have the Crunch Wrangler, 1 in the green with Trample. It's 2/1. Whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, put that +1/+1 counter on Crunch Wrangler. Yeah, I love saying crunch. Oh, it's a crunch. Oh, looking over 2 city blocks of destruction, he could only cackle with pride. Crunch is a state of mind. You got it. The world's a toilet. Crunch Wrangler. It's a 2/1 that can swell up when you get the big boys coming down. I think Crunch Wrangler could be a pretty acceptable consideration for a mono-green aggro. There is the 3 mana Steel Leaf Champion that's a 5/4. There's the 4 mana Nullhide Ferox. There's also your good friend Galta. This could be another growing, swelling type of creature, similar to the Pelt Collector, that I think could see some presence there. It doesn't feel as consistent, as strong as the Pelt Collector, because the Pelt Collector just grows no matter what. As always, with this, as always, as I said 80 seconds ago, does feel a lot more like a limited card, right? A lot of big, strong chonkers in the green-red, as we've seen. Crunch Wrangler can power up with that. Speaking of Crunch, oh god, I think some of you are getting a Raging Crunch just seeing this card reveal right now. It's 2 and a red. Raging Crunch can't attack alone. It's a 4/3. I'm a huge fan of a lot of the can't attack alone type creatures. Notice that the Raging Crunch doesn't have what's usually paired with that keyword. Normally it's this creature can't attack or block alone. I'm thinking of the whatever the hell the 2 and a red mentor was in Guilds of Ravnica. I love that card. I can't believe I forgot the name of it. But that was a 3/3 that can't attack or block alone. Oh yeah, Wojek Bodyguard. That's right. Thank you. So this, again, very nice little draft card to pick up. Really love that it can block by itself. There's a reasonable number of 3 power cards, so it's possible to trade down, but Raging Crunch, and a strong limited pal. And as always, as always, the new key phrase of your pal Day Knight's card reveal, as always, we're going to close out with a double-tusked Rhino. Is that a euphemism? No, it's the card you're seeing on the screen. Okay. Thundering Ceratok, 4 and a green, trample. When Thundering Ceratok enters a battlefield, other creatures you control gain trample until end of turn, and it's a 4/5. I'm a big fan in Limited, especially in the last few sets. If you just look at the size of creatures, there's a pretty substantial amount of cards that just kind of chill in the 3/2, 2/2, 1/3. Oh, is this a 3/4? Ooh, that's on the big end. There's getting to 4 and 5 power and toughness is just really nice, especially for breaking deadlocks. And this is, I think, one of the least spiky cards we've looked at today. I think that, Chain Whip Cyclops, I think, is the bigger blowout type card. But Thundering Ceratok, again, it's a solid body. It has trample, and the fact that everything else gets trample is pretty relevant if you're in a deadlock in Limited. So that's my card review of my card reveal. Will I be doing a full card review of War of the Spark? Yes. Tummy time. He's rubbing his tum because he likes reviewing cards. And of course, for any of you who are curious, I am pretty much always correct in my card reviews. Let me actually just check my notes. Yeah. No, I'm always correct when it comes to card reviews. So if you really want to understand how the meta is going to work before we step into the meta, definitely tune into that. That'll be up on the calendar once all things have been reviewed. Which means now it is a good day to climb. What are we going to be playing today? What are we going to be rocking out? I like this net deck Boros deck that we were rocking out a little bit. Run some of my favorite cards. This is a nice little one. This is a nice little decaroni in the pepperoni. I'm actually curious how this functions in Best of 1. We're just trying to gradually climb our way up. Oh, we're Platinum 2. We're Platinum 2. If we go to the Best of 1 queue, I think I'm just going to warm up with one with the net deck Boros thing while we have some suggestions floating on in. Are there some kick-ass Best of 1 or Best of 3 decks we should try out today? That's a pretty good draw. Like, I love Tajik Legion's Edge. I love Boros Challenger. Maybe astute observation, this is not Dota 2. Yeah, Kevin's gone today, whenever Kevin's gone. Wednesday is now the Dota-ish day here on Day 9 TV. Let me go ahead and go to my deck paste-a-roo. Go to deck paste. Sean, show my decks, baby. Once my decks loads, we're just going to quickly look up the Boros curve out deck. Bang. Boom. You have awakened me too soon. Where is the set as deck? Boom. There it is. Alright, the deck should be up on screen. Please let me know if it's been popping up. How dare Kevin leave? Humorously enough, Kevin notified me this morning that he will be doing the Challenger event The Twitch rivals. Dude Lysis, what kind of deck are you in the mood for? I'm gonna say a mostly solid standard deck. For instance, this one is not one of your top meta, top ranker pals. Well, shit. If we curve out with this set of cards, we're in amazing shape. Bing bong. Alright, we didn't get the Justice Strike down, which is sad. You know, humorously enough, I think that we've rarely done a Golgari mid-range on air. Doesn't really matter when I do that, but I want to do it right now for consistency. Ixalan's Binding. Someone else is playing Best of One. We thought about Swift Blade Vindicator. Yeah, Swift Blade Vindicator, for any of you who don't know, is the 1/1 with double strike. Oh, son of a... It's a 1/1 with double strike, trample, and I think vigilance as well. Golgari Super Friends. We could do a Sultai Super Friends. I really like a slower Sultai deck. I really do. Boy, I really like a slower Sultai deck. You got it. You got the game. I just want to see the curve out. I really don't mind that much to just say, yeah, let's just move on. I wonder if we still have that Sultai deck here. Take a look at my deck. A Thundermo's list. We gotta load some more decks here. Oh, please don't. Hey! Yeah, I'm sort of fine with this. Alright, let's look up Thunder. I think I actually maybe never had this one up. Shit. Uh-oh. Now, traditionally we would absolutely stomp on the shit out of this deck, but I think I'm a little too slow for this. Let's see. That's some Jund Whirler's a pretty dope deck. We're probably dead in this game too. Yeah, I really like the Sultai decks that run the Big Vraskas. I love Big Vraska, man. Big Vraska is just a super toy card. Alright, I mean, I full well expect to just get countered until we're dead, which is a real sad time. Just there for the rewards, as you said something about OpenAI on Friday. Yeah, that's when I believe Kevin is traveling to OpenAI this weekend. OpenAI, for any of you who are unfamiliar, OpenAI is doing the... I think we got a concede coming up in our future. Well, that resolved. That's pretty cool. We might be able to win with this one alone. This is going to need to get tapped like 16 times. So we're going to take 4 here. Go down a bit. Oh, that's actually real painful. Yikes. This is going to be a bit of a tricky pickle. A bit of a tricky pickle, huh? This is going to get countered, almost like 99% certain. So if we block this, we'll be at 1. Oh, we're dead. Just going to go ahead and get out of here. I too am going to OpenAI, but I can just get there from my house, so. We're getting pretty Mauleronied. Really kind of want to curve out. Okay, well, I mean, I'm going first, so that helps a ton. Double Tajik helps. Haste Mentor. Glisham says, I really think Day 9 concedes far too soon in games. Well, the next turn I would be set to 1, and there's an unblockable creature on board. So I'm just conceding in these best of 1s pretty quickly. We're doing best of 3 later in the day. We're going to be in super try-hard mode. But today, yes. No, I'm 100% the king of concessions today. Is that going to get countered too? Damn. But yeah, I mean, especially when I'm in best of 1, if there's something like I have a 10% chance to win, a lot of times I'll just like concede out if I'm just in the mood to play again from the outset. Am I just getting blown out here? Like, I'll just concede and switch decks if I lose here. Or if this gets countered. Probably wait one more turn. Let's see here. What are some other cool decks? Man, I just have so many of those. T. Sully. T. Sully of 96-month subscription fame. How goes it, T. Sully? T. Sully. Oh, T. Sully. Alright, like, I'm just going to concede out here, because we're going to take, like, a billion. Now I think what I'm going to do is I want to try to... Actually, do I still have the deck here? I hope I left it up. Oh, I deleted it. Okay, well, let's go ahead and... Let's delete some of the ones. And by the way, this is, I think, my least favorite thing about this deck thing, is that it looks like it's doing it in order now. But, like, this whole reshuffle, where they pop back up, it used to, like, switch out the order. Move some of these Saga guys here. Sorry, get out. Sorry, it's aggro. Yeah, I already like the other Gruul Warrior. Jeff Hoagland's Hadana Climb deck. Get out. Let's see here. Let's see. So we're gonna do a new deck, and we're gonna do a Sultai deck that runs Vraska. Big Vraska. I think I'm going to start with 2 right there. Let's see. What I really loved in this deck was the 4 Frilled Mystics and the 4 Hydroid Krasis. I'm actually going to adjust it like that. Yes. And then it ran 4 Thought Erasures. It ran 4... Growth Spirals. I can't remember what the sideboard plan for this puppy is. I've probably figured that out little by little. I feel like we're going to have to run probably... Oh, wait. Golgari Findbroker. Okay. So, just to make sure we have enough land, I'm just going to go ++. Explore package. No, we're not going to do the Explore package. This is going to be an Explore free deck because I'm an adult who does adult things. What were the other pieces to this? Definitely want some Vraska's Contempts in here. Probably a little pair over there, like you just don't care. I actually think that this would probably lose to mono red. Not mono red. Mono blue a little easily. I'm going to make the 60 card list and fiddle with it a little bit. What are the other ones? I think we actually just need straight up 4 Moments of Craving. Just like absolutely 4. deck needs more crunch. You can put in some Ravenous Chupacabras. I like spells. I like spells, though. Fine Finality? Yeah, maybe one. I don't remember what the other cards in this deck list be. Alright, let's see here. Do I have a deck list over here? I feel like I'm forgetting something really obvious. Oh my god, the Assassin's Trophy. Trophy, yeah. My best of one all-star. What are the other ones that we be forgetting? Is it Eldest Reborns? Yeah, I'll probably want some of those. Ritual of Soot, probably want some of those. This is just so good against the Golgari Mirror. And I think there's a single Vivien Reid in this list. I think I'm remembering it all correctly. Eldest Reborn. I kind of want to just put in 2 of these instead of another Vraska's. I like the richness and depth provided by it. Okay, so let's start doing our dual lands. Breeding Pool. And let me cut all the land out of this. I think that we keep, like, is it 1 forest, 1 swamp? Probably a forest. Boop. And then Breeding Pool, Hinterland Harbor, Overgrown Tomb, the other black land, Drowned Catacomb. Oh god, I'm never gonna remember this. What are swampy words? Cemetery, nice cemetery. Woodland stream. No, not a woodland stream. We got a woodland cemetery. We got. Ah, yes, Watery Grave, graves and cemeteries and other things. Oh my! All right, perfect. So this is Sultai Control. I don't think we need much more than just a pair of Vraskas. I mean, we could arguably. Let me look up the other Vraska. Vraska that's not a land. I mean, we might be able to sneak this puppy in. Like, cut an Assassin's Trophy, put in a Vraska. I like my friends. Vivien seems pretty important. Let's just run this. Let's see how this thing fares today. You know, a lot of 2-drops. It's really nice for just being able to do shit. Whoopsie dipsy. Forgot to update the deck list. We'll do it after this game. Seems good enough. By the way, the correct ordering is blue, black, green. Blue, black, green. Blue, black, green. Dad Bull says, can you define try hard? We're actually trying to win. We're not trying to go for the joy of combinations. We're trying to go for the joy of winning. For any of you who are curious about the order, it's Wooburg. Wooburg, Wooburg, Wooburg. Black. Okay. Pay to live. Black, blue. It's me, white, blue, black, red, green. Wooburg. Wooburg, Wooburg, Wooburg. And notice they're super consistent about that in a lot of their materials. What's the difference between Sultai and Wet Golgari? Technically, nothing, because they're both blue, black, green. But people like to say Wet Golgari. Yuck. People like to say Wet Golgari because it's more explicit about what it's actually representing. It's a mostly green-black deck that has a little teeny bit of blue. Just a little bit, oh, teensy bit of blue. This actually has a much more present blue in it. Yikes. X is 1. Need to stop the bleed. Chaz Koenig, I missed your news? What happened, Chaz? Chaz says, oh my gosh, my company is taking me on a vacation to the Patagonia region of Argentina and Chile for 2 weeks, just because. They're going to make awesome trips like this a yearly thing as a sort of team-building trip. Holy shit, that is spectacular. Wow. Well, I guess nothing lets us win here. I think we just outright are a dead dude. Yeah. No big deal. Just gonna keep queuing up. Let me go ahead and export this deck list real fast. That way you guys can see it. Wow, wow. I'm gonna try to iterate on this list, see if we can improve this pupper. Okay, and set is current. Soloran0330 says, my news is that I'm starting a new job on the 22nd after almost 2 months being unemployed. Pretty hyped about that. Dude, always feels so divine. So divine. Dude, Chaz, that is like so exciting. I like trips, and I especially like trips where someone else is just kind of like guiding shit along. This is going to be painful. Right now we're seeing a little bit of the issues with Sultai Control. You have a very steep mana base requirement. Oh, we can get a black land. I think we'll be pretty content with ourselves. Yikes. I should have paid a little more attention because the real problem right now is I had 0 castable spells because I wasn't actually paying attention as strictly as I could have. This was just literally a mulliganing mistake, so there's not too terribly much to learn from here. Let me just make sure we actually do have everything. Yeah, we have all our dual landy buddies. Again, that was a mulliganing mistake. That was not luck. That was just totally us. I saw 3 lands. I saw 4 spells. I was like, oh, cool, but I had 0 castable spells. So. Deck list is updated, by the way. You should be able to click on the deck list and see it. Nice and wholesome. Okay, so here we have a castable spell. Yeah, great. I'll hold on to this puppy. Argwell's Bloodfast can let me draw. Trim some other dual lands for Overgrown Tomb. I mean, try to work this card in there. Argwell's Bloodfast is going to hurt us a little bit. We like to draw. Oh, thank God it's Teamer. I'm going to go ahead and pay for this life now, because we want the land. And this is part of the reason why I was content keeping this hand, now that I'm actually paying attention. Great. Super, super, super sick. Oh! Shane Whirler, Pain Whirler. How do I actually do this? I think I actually just grow Spiral main phase to try to get the Assassin's Trophy. Not the Assassin's Trophy, the Thought Erasure to slam down. Okay, we fucked up. Well, the good news is that eventually we can deal with that. We actually have a pretty substantial amount of life gain in this deck. We do have the double black. Yahoo! Thought Erasure Assassin's Trophy is going to be pretty helpful. That's a big guy. Oh, that's a small guy. We're happy to see that puppy. So happy to see said puppy. I think definitely this is the play here. Take a peek in this. Oh, yeah. Two Rituals of Soot. I think we doth remove our Whirly Frond. That doesn't really help us. Let's go ahead and tuck that back into the graveyard. And then I think I'm actually going to Thought Erasure again. Keep swimming for something that is of value to us. So definitely, I think I'm going to cut an Eldest Reborn. Very good outcome for us. We're very happy about that. Alright, so this is going to flip. Yep, let's go ahead and transform this. This just is sacrifice a creature. Alright, here we go. Meticulous and careful is day 9. Alright. Boop. Hell yeah. Who's at 6 life now? We're gonna enter this tap. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright. Never give up, never surrender. Oh, that's right. Fuck. So we're dead unless our opponent figures out. They have shock. But let's see what our opponent does with the cards. Because we can sacrifice this to gain 2 health. Alright, our opponent fucked up. Alright, we get to live another turn. See, we called it, man. We called it. Damn it. I forgot that this thing has trample. I always forget that this guy has trample. I always forget. Well, at least we were dead no matter what. Alright, we're going to make a quick adjustment here. Oh, not to packs. Go to decks. Go to Sultai Control. I do think that we're a little top heavy. We're going to cut this. Let's see. How do we want to do this? How do we want to do this? What I needed to do was chump the first striker. Then I would have been fine. See, I had the right idea in mind. Just the poor execution. The correct line for our opponent, by the way, that I was referring to was Lava Coil on the Flapper dude that I had. And then I sack. Do I want a third Ritual of Soot? I think that there's enough Swarmy Dormy dudes that that's actually okay. Bumdy lumdy lody doo. Hey, what are some good anti-aggro options that we have here? I mean, we already have some cuts here. What are some other good ones? Other than Cry. I'm not looking for one card. I'm looking for just to hear a huge list. Because Cry is the obvious one that comes to mind. Certainly wouldn't have done anything in the last game if we had a Cry of Carnarium. Doesn't really matter because I didn't draw the Eldest Reborn, so it's not really a relevant issue. And I do want to have this super recursive, very grindy deck. That's kind of my goal, man. That's my fantasy. think maybe just another Ritual of Soot. Maybe just another Ritual of Soot. So again, I'm gonna make the statement. Oh, Cast Down. Yeah, actually, Cast Down would be a super nice, very flexible removal spell. You know, I hate to say it, but we might be a boy that cuts the Assassin's Trophy. You know, I'm gonna put in a single Cast Down. I like Cast Down more than I like another sweeper in there. I think that's maybe just right. So here's by the way what our process is we are trying to run some best of ones, just to kind of feel out how our little deck guy's going. Don't you hate to keep it, but don't you have a Ritual of Soot to love it? Can't cast this yet. We are on the play, so that helps us a little bit. Got her bone. Looks like we have the good old Get There Eventually deck. Exile a card. Get so many Zomboids. I think we're going to go ahead and try to... just get off with the land, you know. The man with the plan and the land. The best of one meta is pretty gosh darn aggressive. And this 60 cards skews towards the anti-control side of things. Oh shit, Ritual of Soot does not apply to that bad boy, does it? That's a fascinating interaction. Wow. Well, we're getting moitered. So even though we're dying a lot in best of one, oh, thank the stars. Once this deck gets to turn 4, 5, 6, that's when it's super strong. Okie dokie, so we take out this one. This is good, we got at least a little bit of value. Little bit of life. Oh god. Oh jeez. Oh man. I think I actually still do this, because there's too much of a risk of me just countering this, getting murdered, and then that's that. Not entirely sure what we're hoping for right now. The Assassin's Trophy. Alright, I gotta peel this thing down pretty hard if we want to stay alive. Stay alive and listen. Let me actually see if I just tune this down 1. Cast down up 1. How about that? This might also just arguably be just a sideboard card. This is the one that makes us an unstoppable force in the late game, and early game has just been the biggest kick in the nuts. The biggest kick in the nuts. Oh, I love this high end. This is low end. Okay, so let's look at this. I'm doing this gently. We're not too concerned about the losses right now. So let's see here. Let's stop for a moment. Let's stop for a moment and think if we had a sideboard plan. If we were up against a control deck, we'd probably cut these 8. So we'd have 8 in the sideboard against control. Cool. If we're up against an aggro deck, how many slots would we have? I probably want to cut the Viviens and these Frilled Mystics. Maybe even the Findbrokers, but they're pretty reasonable bodies. So we have something like 6-ish. That actually feels pretty good, because then I can get like Arguel's Bloodfast. Yeah, so again, the big thing that I'm... Oh, Timeless says maybe consider a Fungal Infection to deal with early aggression. That's actually a fantastic suggestion. I really like that. That's a fantastic idea. Against aggro, we can even cut Thought Erasures. We have a lot of slots. Having one Vivien with minimal card draw doesn't feel great either. Well, I mean, Vivien is a pretty solid card due to the -3 and the +1. She's just a strong value card, even though we have a relatively small amount of creatures. Getting the land is actually not that big of a deal. Getting Hydroid Krasis is gigantic. Alright, let's go ahead and export this. Let's work on some Sultai Control today. This sounds like a fun plan. And again, I'm playing the 60-card deck to try to figure out what I want to do with my 75-card deck. One sec. Gross. Ugh. Hey, this is a super nice hand. This is actually an insanely nice hand. Found a prize at the bottom of the cup. This cup had coffee dregs at the bottom. Put it in the wash, and when I looked into it, there was like some dregs that had like caked themselves on the inside that still lived through the wash. I was like, no! Johnny Devo, we don't have 6 creatures in the deck, we have 10 creatures in the deck. Well, looks like we're going to lose a Thought Erasure, I guess. It's all good, man. I think I just do this now to avoid getting countered. Doesn't matter. I'd like to have the Frilled Mystic up. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I hate having a Frilled Mystic up. Okay, that's fine. Little do you know, we have infinite recursion. Oh, show me what you got. There's going to be a huge amount of dead cards in our opponent's hand, because we just don't have that many creatures that are relevant to our opponent. Yeah, I think we just get that Teferi out of there. Nope, not a chance. We did cut Arguel's Bloodfast, which makes me so sad. You get to draw so many dudes with Arguel's Bloodfast. Are you ready for the longest game that there ever were? This is what this is. Alright. Would this be a good one to counter? Probably not. Take the cards. Yeah, crazy boys. They're kind of hidden. They're barely off the bottom. So right now we actually have 4 mana open. I'm actually pretty content to get more mana. Kind of stinks a bit that Gintaris is, oh my gosh, able to get into so many Chemistry's Insights. I think I need the sideboard for this one to work. Which obviously makes sense. I mean, most control decks are going to struggle against the proactive decks in best of ones without good sideboarding plans. Now I pay the 2 life. Surprise! Why Frilled over Sabotage? Because it is a creature. Comes with a body. Lets me do things like bring it back with a Findbroker. Also has a little bit more versatility against certain decks that are aggressive and mid-rangey. Alright, so now we'd be happy to draw Vraska. Because we have 4 land and 6 lands, 10 land. By the way, for any of you who are curious why Esper Control is the control deck that is very popular in Best of 1, it's because they can do things like Chemister's Insight to discard their useless cards and keep hunting for the good ones. Nice. You have some pretty significant card draw with the Crazy Boys. Just hanging out. This is a bit rough. Gotta do it. So I think that after this game, I'm feeling pretty comfortable with constructing the 75 now. Would love a Crazy Boy. What's keyboard shortcuts to pass turn? Shift Enter. Shift Enter. At least I think it's Shift Enter. Maybe it's just Enter. What up? But so we're gonna need about 8 anti-control cards and about 6 anti-aggro cards. I don't know what the 15th card's gonna be. Alright, so I think I feel pretty prepared. There's a reasonable probability that we could win, but I'm mostly excited to be able to build the 75 one. So let's do that. So I think that this is acceptable. I think that I will actually... well, let's actually just see what we get. So certainly 2 negates in the sideboard, damn it. In the sideboard. Let's look for a Disdainful Stroke. That's going to be a good one. Arguel's Bloodfast is nice. I think another Vraska will be nice. I mean, maybe actually 2 Vraska's Contempt. That could be pretty nice. Definitely maybe 1, maybe 2 Eldest Reborns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are anti-control cards. Ooh, farts. Yeah, I need Duress. That's what I need a bunch of. No, go over there. Go over there. Go over there. Go over there. This might actually be the 8. So if we actually count, we would cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'd cut those 8. So by the way, for any of you who have never constructed sideboards before, the way that this is a super important thing to think about when constructing what the base 50 is. You ask yourself, what would you cut versus aggro? What would you cut versus control? And if you just start there, I mean, you can certainly ask, what about, you know, this specific mid-range deck or that very popular Phoenix deck and this sort of things. Excuse me. You can do that when you're getting more technical, but from a very simple standpoint, what I'm trying to do is do something where there's about, you know, 6 to 8 cards that I would cut versus control, and about 6 to 8 cards that I would cut versus aggro. So the ones that we would cut versus control would be The cast downs, because there's not a lot of creatures. The Moment of Cravings, there's not a lot of creatures. Ritual of Soot, there's not a lot of creatures. Alright? So this is why I'm talking so much about controls. I'm just addressing that. And I think that Duress, Disdainful Stroke, and Negate is probably pretty good. We have a pair of Assassin's Trophies and a pair of Vraskas to be able to just chew through some of those other things. Now, if we're up against aggro, we have a large number of options of things to cut. Definitely ones that jump to mind would be like Frilled Mystics and Thought Erasures. I think we can get in at least 6. Golgari Findbroker is fine to leave in there. Okay, so I think Cry the Carnarium. Cry the Carnarium seems fine. I think a pair of these seems good. Assassin's Trophy is pretty dang flexible. It's very nice for removing an Experimental Frenzy. This is one of my favorite cards. It's a little marginal. We might even go main deck down to just 1 Assassin's Trophy. That might actually just make the deck better. I just love the flexibility of this. I'm just going to leave it alone for now. What are some other really good cards that we would want to put against aggro? Cry the Carnarium, I think, is just an obvious choice. Palaka Worm. If we had a little more ramp, I'd actually be like, yeah. Yeah, we did start with our Memory of Thundermo's list, trying to advance forward. It's a really fun deck to play. 2 other copies of Vraska's Contempt. I kind of like that. There's a lot of Phoenixes that are out and about. What if we should put in 1 more cast down? This seems pretty good. So we have 1, 2, 3. Maybe a Ritual of Soot. Do I want a 3rd Cry? That's an interesting question. That is very intriguing. Root Snare is probably not the card that's going to help us. I feel like we don't want more than 2 Cry the Carnariums, I think. I posit. I claim. What are anti-aggro tools? That's what we're asking. Anti-aggro, anti-aggro, anti-aggro. Thief of Sanity. I don't think we have enough room for Thief of Sanity. That would be an anti-control thing. We're already pretty full on that. Crowl Harpooner. Crowl Harpooner is a really interesting one, yeah. I think we just put in another Vraskas and maybe another Soot. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, no, I'm doing my math wrong. What do we... Actually, you know what? Let me take this out. Let's try some Fungal Infections in there. And because I have no idea what to do with the last slot, I'm just going to put an Assassin's Trophy. No, I'm not. I'm going to put in a second Vraskas. Please open. I think this is fine enough to start with. Let's give this a go. We don't have any good sources of life gain. We have a lot of life gain in this deck. Like a lot. Moments of Cravings. Actually, maybe not a lot. We have some life gain. We have Moments of Cravings and Vraska's Contempt. Maybe I should actually cut one of the Assassin's Trophies and put in a Vraska. Yeah, maybe that sounds good. Mastermind's main deck, perhaps? No, I don't think it solves any problems. We have all our mana sources. We can cast all our spells. Seems good. Ooh, that's a power draw. I think that's right. I think I want 3 Vraskas in the main board and 1 Assassin's Trophy. That feels pretty good. Alright, just putting all our stops on to make it slow the game down. So we're probably going to lose the Thought Erasure. Yeah, we'll do this. I mean, losing Vraska already totally sucks. But that's alright. We have some Golgari Findbrokers that can be very helpful for us. Oh yeah, I also have Crazy Boys. I find it quite humorous, the lack of Crazy Boys we've had in Voyage. Oh, the Assassin's Trophy. Okay, well, Nicol Bolas is slamming down this turn, then. No, all my useless cards. So now there's going to be enough mana open for Counterspell. Exactly 4 land, huh? This only returns a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. I think I'm just going to go straight up for it, burn through some of these removal spells, because I don't think I actually have the time in the game to be a patient person. We fully expect this to be Sinister Sabotaged. There was no land played on the last turn, so... So what are you gonna do? Oh, a Quanch. All's good. So we're definitely boarding in. Yeah, we have a pretty clear sideboard plan, I think. We might just get beaten to death by this Nicol Bolas. Memorial to Folly can retrieve Frilled Mystic. So we expect to have a lower win rate in our first game. Yeah, we can't do anything about that. So this Nicol Bolas is going to flip. And then it's going to bring Vraska onto the field. I don't think I can deal with all that. Alright, so these cast downs go. These Moment of Cravings go. Ritual of Soot goes. And then we bring in Disdainful Strokes, Negates, oops, not you. Duresses. And then I think I'm actually gonna cut one of these and put in one of these. Something like that. Something like that. Could be that we just spew ladder points for a while. We have Assassin's Trophy as a flexible answer. Thief of Sanity is an issue. Oh, I'll be on the play. Let's get a Duress right in the opening hand. That's a nice one to have. This is a fantastic hand. Thought Erasure is just... What I do like about black is that there are... This is the perfect mana base to have right now. There are very flexible removal options. Like Vraska's Contempt can deal with things like Thief of Sanity. It's not like we're removing 100% of our answers. Disdainful Stroke is going to be nice against Nicol Bolas. Again, once you get to turn 4 and beyond. Oh, fucking hell, man. This deck sucks. We're losing the Thought Erasure like 100%. Maldarian with the 85 months. Hope you're having a great day, man. We're in good spirits. We were until that frickin' bastard Duress us. Thought Erasure would have just been so fantastic. Ow. We're losing this now, huh? Dude, that's the opening hand I wanted, man. Chances are we're going to be Krasising for 1. We can always Golgari Findbroker to re-retrieve it. Could still get quenched here. Wow! Fuck! Oh, the Findbroker. Interesting. Says no to the counterspell. Yeah. See, now, if there is yet another Thought Erasure. Like Duress, Thought Erasure. Oh, fuck, really? By the way, watch this. Thought Erasure. Oh my god, that's just as bad. No blocks, oh god. Oh, Guild of Ravnica is just taking a dump on us. Oh, I thought that if you hit this button, it would stop at attackers. Okay, my bad. Actually do a little Find Broken action. To go for Find Broke. We got totally owned. We got just like absolutely destroyed, man. Hey, at least I completed my quest. Fuck. Like that was like not a close match. Like that was someone who was just like literally beating us until we were just liquid. Nice! Excellent! Cool. Probably on the bottom. I think our ambitions make an interesting and satisfying deck. Using some slight off-meta cards, I think it might be coming to an end. There's tapped. Surprised no Sekiro scheduled for Friday. Man, it's been too long since I was able to play some sweet ol' Magic the Gathering, man. I'm just in a magical mood. If only this were an Assassin's Trophy, huh? I think I got one more best of 3 in me after this one, and then I think I just want to switch to a deck that I know wins games. I mean, we again expect our first match to struggle a little bit more than our second and third matches, which is fine. Totally expect that. We also expect to descend downward in hand size. until we get some of our drawlings. Man, that Grixis guy just like... that Grixis guy just shit on us real hard, real bad. I was just like playing like, oh! It's like so horrified. Oh, God. Naya deck you reach Mythic with is great. I mean, I enjoyed the shit out of that one. Discard down. Discard down. What goes into the bin, huh? What went into the graveyard? Niv! I feel like I can sneak in a Bloodfast in the main deck. Oh, shot. Tight. Alright. Let's just make sure... So we've drawn 15 cards. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's slightly land flooded. Not hugely land flooded. Just a little bit. Probably another Niv in the hand. Decks, I think, run 3 of these. Krasis' best 3 meta is so wildly different than best of 1. Yeah, best of 1 is largely Esper Control, mono red, mono white, and then a few other stragglers. Not too much Golgari. Some of it's in there. You have a lot of mess around people, too, just trying out ideas against that meta. Forget Freeman says, oh, Mr. J, you look fantastic today. Oh, thank you, Forget Freeman. Alright, so this also says to me that there's a Sinister Sabotage in Boonstar's hand. Many of these run 4 expansion explosions in the main. Ninja Physics says, do you have any thoughts on the double standard format after the Invitational? I thought it was really interesting. I thought it was really cool, and I hope we never see it again. And I mean that in the kindest way. I'm not trying to be some cynical piece of shit who's like, oh, yeah, stick it to the man. I think it was a really interesting format that resulted in some really interesting deck construction, gameplay, considerations. But I think that best of 3 with 75 card decks is strictly better on all axes. Because I think that, like, and this is something that I think is super duper crazy important when it comes to looking at data. There was the argument made, well, I shouldn't say the argument made, there was the data presented that, like, at some point, 90-some-odd%, maybe 97% I think it was, 97% of games on Magic the Gathering Arena were best of 1. And be that as it may, I don't think that that is necessarily indicative of a guideline for competitive formats. Because I think that for the history of esports, there has been a huge amount of gameplay that is not the competitive format that people do. So, for instance, in Super Smash Brothers, whether it be Melee or Ultimate or 64 or whatever it is, a ton of people love playing 4-person brawls. I play 4-person brawls. I play Pikachu. I'm dog shit. It's super fun to just fuck around and just enjoy that. In Magic, or not Magic the Gathering, in StarCraft, lots of people would play big game hunters. Lots of people would play, this is actually pretty great. Lots of people would play various kinds. Custom maps, things like this. StarCraft 2, a lot of people play co-op. And by co-op, I mean their mission-based co-op mode. that you may know as Co-op Commander. Ugh. Ah. I will hang on to that. And so I think that, like, one thing that's really nice as a player of, say, co-op is that it can permit me to have the sensation and the feel of playing StarCraft, the participation, the enjoyment, that I can then use to help me appreciate and watch and admire when I observe competitive play. And go, oh my god, that's so cool, dude, I want to be that good someday. And then just go back to playing co-op. Co-op, again, is not 2v2. It's you and a pal versus a mission. Crazy Boy for 1 here is great. One card draw, that is. And I think that it's very important to ask the question, what makes for the healthiest, richest, most interesting competitive environment that then someone who's more chill, more casual, who's less competitive can look at and admire. So that way it becomes more of like a culturally interesting and culturally entertaining experience. Interesting. Interesting. Crazy Boy for 2. I think it's like super, super, super ultra critical. A lot of League of Legends players, actually, almost all of my League of Legends playing friends play ARAM and watch LCS. Oh, that's so good. I just think we do nothing. Okay. I'm going to go for kind of an unusual play. I'm going to Disdainful Stroke the Chemist's Insight. This is going to get Sinister Sabotaged because Boonstar really needs the cards. I'll then be able to Frilled Mystic in response. Or alternatively, just no cards get drawn, and then we're going to Frilled Mystic something else. And then this will give me a more free opportunity to play Vivien Reid, knowing that there's just not enough. Countery bits. And if that doesn't pan out, we enter into a sea of Crazy Boy. So good. Delicious. Show me what you got. I think it's very important to differentiate those two. Because, for instance, if a lot of people did play ARAM, which is all random, all mid, it's one lane league, for any of you who don't know. If someone went, therefore what we need to do is we need to ensure interesting. Lose to Vivien. Surprised it wasn't to remove the other one, but I suppose this makes sense, because there's going to be a land in here. Whoa! Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't necessarily need this land. Or take, for instance, the game of Go, the board game of Go. I love watching Go. 19 by 19 Go is fucking difficult and fucking complicated, man. It's actually ridiculous how hard that game is. That game is hard frickin' core. Oh, baby. How long does a 19 by 19 game take? Even if you're playing quickly, not ultra blitz, but just like at a pretty reasonable pace, it can be like an hour and a half, 2 hours for a game. Go is solved, isn't it? No, not even remotely close to being solved. Not even remotely close to being solved. Computers are currently better than humans, but it's not even remotely close to being solved. That's why it's super so fascinating. Super duper so fascinating. It's a bit of a risk for me to slam down Vraska with that pile of cards there, but I'm going to do this just in case there's a quench there. Never give up, never surrender. Alright, that's fine. I'm starting to think our deck just ain't so good. But the definition of solved means that let me actually go back to my original point, which is that when I have time to play Go, I will play in a 9x9 board. I'll play in a super simplified version. But if a lot of people do that, it doesn't mean that the gameplay should be structured around that. All right, I think it's time to retire this deck after this best of 3. I'm just feeling way weaker than when we ran this 3 months ago. And so for that reason, I would vehemently, but very politely, ask the kind folks over at Wizards to absolutely, superlatively go back to 75 card best of 3. But yeah, to solve a game means that basically you have absolute guaranteed 100% win or draw rate because you've mapped out all sets of possibilities. So, in other words, in any position you can state deterministically the path to achieve victory. There's a lot of those examples, FFAs, co-op, are much farther removed from the competitive format than best of 1 versus best of 3 with sideboarding. Best of 3 with sideboarding may be a deeper form. Best of 1 MTG is way more strategic competitive than co-op / ARAM / etc. I agree with that statement. I think that's an absolutely true statement. I think that best of 1 Magic has a lot more richness and a lot more depth than something like me clowning around in a 4-player free-for-all in Smash Ultimate. But the argument that I'm actually trying to make is that whatever is the frequently played format, I don't think should necessarily be the guide for the competitive format. That's the argument I'm trying to make. That if you are in a situation where, you know, hell, even as a player, I like playing best of 1 in my free time. I love just watching some Netflix, playing some good old MTG Bo1. Hell, yesterday we slaughtered our way up the ladder playing best of 1. It was super fun. And I still very much so want to watch the interesting action of 75 card decks. So we have drawn through half our deck, and we have seen there's 1, 2. Do we have anything at the bottom? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Getting a wee bit land flooded. Oh, by the way, when I say a 75 card deck, I mean 60 in the main, 15 in the sideboard. Niv. Fuck out of here. No! It's supposed to be on the other side. Okay, whatever. Uh-oh. Is it my favorite gray cat? It is. Welcome, Despy. there a way to win this game? Alright, you got it. Stop showing your hole to the screen. Come on. Come on, go to the lap. Yeah, there we go. Now we're on the lap. Hey, it's really wonderful to have a visit from you. How are the birds? How's the heating pad? Doesn't have this level of massage quality, huh? Oh, Cat Dad loves you very much. Let's play a game called Count the Counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I think there's probably 2 negates already been run. There's probably 40. There's probably 4 Sinister Sabotages in there, so we expect there to be a Sinister Sabotage, yes. Gotta let that one resolve, huh? I think there is but a single counter in the deck, huh? Fuck. Oh, our opponent. Makey to mistakey. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One, 2, 3, 4. Just making sure I have enough mana to find the Mystic. There's another counter in there. It would have to be a Disdainful Stroke. A lot of decks run double Disdainful Stroke, double Negate. Okay, that's fine. We've already been through a good number of expansions. Whoa. This one. And we have planted a threat. Yeah, there's the 3 expansion explosions, so that's the 4th one. So I think there's a reasonable probability we can win this now. Alright, where are we thinking of going, huh? We heading out? Alright, thanks for the visit. Our moment's done. Dude, that was such a good cat dad, man. Aurelius HS says, hey Dan, how do I, as a noob, get into Magic? Download Magic the Gathering Arena. It's free. The game is pretty gosh damn generous with the free decks and unlocking of cards and general sort of stuff. And just fuck around, man. Just queue up, play some games. Play through some of the tutorial stuff. I think it's a long tutorial. I remember they said that it was 33 minutes long. And I was like, 33? Graspel says, hey Sean, really random question. Where do you keep your cat's litter box? In the living room in the corner. His specificity is uncanny. Despy, are you stuck? You okay? You exploring? What are we doing? Don't unplug that. Oh man, this is some dangerous stuff. How do you handle that in the living room? What do you mean handle that? How do I come to grips with it? I mean, cleaning it out all the time. Having other nice scents in the area. How do I cope? How do I come to terms with a litter box being in the living room? Alright, I think I know Boonstar's goal here. So... Want me to draw 20? How generous. Hello. So it's basically just the Disdainful Stroke that wins this. There could be a negate, but these are creatures. Oh, fucking hell. Ah, goddamn, this deck fucking sucks, man. Oh, I forgot to finish my lunch. That's good news. We dead. Hey, come on. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and just delete this. Excuse me. It really doesn't seem to be so strong. What am I doing with this deck right now, huh? Actually, doesn't seem half bad. Doesn't seem half bad. Run this a little bit, maybe? Play some best of one Naya control. Yeah, those other colors. Yes. This is like my favorite deck to play. My favorite. I love this deck. It's a very cheeky deck. Yeah, so if you want my, oh, yeah, no, I'm going to be doing a full card review before War of the Spark releases. It's going to be so lit. It's going to be lit. This is an extraordinary draw against that. Dude, I love ramping up to a Palaka Pal. Love ramping up to a Palaka Pal so much so. No, don't shoot me. No, not again. No! Captain. Seems a good a play as any. Just get this out of here, huh? Gotta love my Palaka Pal. Yes. Alright, what do you think is going on? Because I don't really know what's going on here. I feel like I'm going to get shot in the face for a bunch, so I'm going to march at the end of the turn for 3. Start getting the consistent Heliopsies. March of the Multitudes is a beating against Mono Red, man. It's so good. It's so good! Wow, I think Talha is just land fluted. Because each of these little buggers... heals for 1 a turn, and they're independent entities, so if you want to remove them, you're going to have to shoot these independently. Two turns away from Zakama, assuming we draw land. So again, our opponent can shoot these, but it's kind of ineffective. Or inefficient, excuse me. The only one card that's actually a threat would be a Chain Whirler, which we think is extremely unlikely to be there, because our opponent would have played it at any point earlier with all that mana. Great. Penguala says, as an American living in France, any tips to learn French? It's so overwhelming that I keep avoiding any attempts at learning. Yeah, alright. This is an important answer, yeah. Important one. This is a very important one. Just get comfortable feeling overwhelmed. Just get very comfortable being overwhelmed. Nothing wrong with being overwhelmed. Just keep going. You'll be disoriented. And you might spend like 3 minutes just being like, oh, Jesus, oh, shit, oh my god. It's okay. It's just 3 minutes. Most of the stuff that I'm successful at in life, I was completely overwhelmed for a very long period of time. It's not a big deal to be overwhelmed. Zakama might literally be my favorite card. Or Palaka Worm. This deck runs a lot of my favorites. God, I'm so sad that Sultai deck just got shit on. Oops, I gotta update Stream Decker. I'll update it after this game. Diggle09 with the 5 gifts to Dominus, Giggsy, Walgo, Join X, every other name. About to give that sweet Rompus Bompus to Masaki 3249. Now, the fact that one Stubborn Sentry was played and not another 1-drop indicates to us that Masaki very likely has 3 drops that are ready to come down. No 2 drops, because again, we would expect that on turn 2, so I think that it's like 100% chance of a History of Benalia, Banalish Marshal, that sort of thing. And so for that reason, I'm just going to Gift of Paradise. We're not really under threat for help. This lets us cast Circuitous Route, which is kind of like the most important card to getting us to Palaka Worm, which is actually the counter to aggro decks. Got him. So should we Cleansing Nova right now? Yeah, I think this is a very good turn to Cleansing Nova. Also one of the reasons why I prefer Cleansing Nova to Settle the Right, because she's guaranteed Sweepy Deeper Yet. Again, we expected there to be a lot of 3-drops in the hand. There it is. The Dauntless Booty G. Okay, so we'll just Circuitous Route. I don't think it's a big deal to accept some damage right now. Really want one of these, and we really want one of these. Make sure we have enough green sources. So now we have 1, 2, 3 green sources independent of that. So we're going to be able to slam a Palaka Pal, and then we can Deafening Clarion, and then swing with Palaka Pal. Oh, interesting. Okay.
We stand together. Deliver us to victory.
Alright, so this is really not a big deal. Bang. Guy's about to get swole up. We have to play some threats pretty soon. Why didn't opponent sack? Wouldn't have done anything. Now we're going to slam our Tristani. Get them sweet, sweet city blossoms. Masaki, my blocky. You bastard. Well, that's pretty bad.
I will lend my strength.
Can't believe our opponent did that to us. It's so mean. probably the right thing to do. Just, well, should actually wait a turn. Yuck.
Look how far you've
Allowed to give an extra special congratulations to myself. For, if I just swing, yeah. Getting a little tricky. I mean, I'm putting my hand a little face up here, but it seems fine.
I'm becoming irritated. Be strong.
I think we whiffy-diffied here. We're gonna cross our fingers. Hope to die. See if we can get a little explodey cards coming down. I think the mistake was not Bane firing the Ajani, which we had absolutely the opportunity to do.
Strength is born of struggle.
But I really think that the winning technique here is just to draw Star of Extinction right off the top. Alright, that seems like a reasonable play. That seems like a reasonable play. Oh, no. Now we can't do that. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we can do it for 8. Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, there's a few draws we can get that are good.
You are capable of more than you assume.
It's certainly one of the worst ones. Let's go ahead and do this. Alright. Oh shit, I needed to swing with 1. Oh fuck, I almost got it. Ah, farts. I needed to swing with 1 to heal up. Oh my god, we just threw. Ah, fuck, man. Oh, we threw. There's no way to win through this, right? Ah, shit balls. Damn it. What just happened? Oh my god. How am I like the worst player alive? I just resigned. I was just like the Hawks swinging in. That's it. That's the game. Alright, I'm the fucking best player here for sure. Doesn't matter, we're still dead. What?! Our opponent forgot to give something Oh my god, this game is just so weird. We were dead 2 turns in a row. I don't understand.
I am proud to fight by your side. Back on your feet.
I think it's... Huh. Okay. Alright, well. Alright. I mean, like, I'm literally... Okay, so let me explain a little bit of the streaming technique, which is like... Wow. I mean, Jesus. At some point what happens is you go, oh, okay, that happens. And then I don't look at the game anymore. I'm looking at you. I stop looking at the game. And I can't tell you how weird it is to not be looking at the game. And then to turn back, and the game is still going. And I'm commenting on the game as though it's over. Like, oh, okay, well. Then I just look back and the game's still going. This is not a good hand. I am looking at you, Exids. There ain't no love here anymore. I keep on waiting for your dissipation. There ain't no love here anymore. I keep on waiting. Oh shit. I'm never gonna remember to update the stream deck. Alright, I promise I'll remember to do it after this. I pretty promise. Alright, so we're on the cusp of winning. This is actually a pretty nice run out for us, because we're going to slam down the wall of Tristani in a moment. Bing, bang, bong, boom. I don't think we've ever drawn a lava coil on air. Why do some cards look different? Because they're foil! Look at this! Woo! Look at that sweet foliage. Yes, look at the diagonal monkey. I am diagonal. The roast of the trost. If we can get a Morch of the Multitudes out, then we win. There ain't no love here anymore. I mean, we're still very plausibly dead? Yeah. We're not guaranteed, but it does look pretty like we're dead. Diagonal monkeys can self-sack, smack my face, drop me to 5. Alright, so then all Little Doctor needs is a single burn spell, and we're a dead game. Like that. Death by monkey. We're very nearly close. I'm gonna make him have it. I sure deserved this after last game, huh? Boom. Ah! Batman. think his deck is just a smidge too slow for mono red. With Skewer the Critics in there, it's quite hard. This hand's actually pretty great. Oh fuck, the Stream Decker. Let me just put up the wrong list. All right, everyone start spamming me to Stream Decker update. Mono red is a plague. I don't think so. Mono red's pretty straightforward to play against. It's even more straightforward to build against, but really the story of life is that we want to try to push that edge as much as possible. This is a little bit closey-dosey. Like, this hand is almost spectacular. We draw any land, we Gift of Paradise, and we're fine. Oof. I think this is the game plan play right now. Don't want to shock in just to heal again. This is okay-ish. We're gonna heal through that. It's gonna get pretty tricky. The meta is sufficiently aggressive that I need to have just a little bit lower on the curve. Just a little, not a lot, just a teensy, eatsy, beatsy, weetsy bit. Bing, bang, bong. Okay, so let's live a little bit. I think we might be forced to just switch to some reasonable decks. Yes. Go to 1. Go to 1. Go to 1. Some mana would be so nice here. Good. Good. We have the 9 mana card. Bing. No, man. We're dead. Alright, let's completely avoid ever having to post that Naya deck list.